Have you ever lived through a year that felt different from the very beginning? A year when conversations moved faster, markets shifted more quickly, and even your own emotions seemed closer to the surface. Some years pass quietly. Others arrive with intensity. The year 2026 carries that kind of intensity. It is a firehorse year, and not just an ordinary one. The energy peaks. It rises to full strength. And when energy rises to its peak, it does not whisper. It runs. I remember speaking with a man who experienced a previous firehorse cycle decades ago. He told me that year felt electric. New business ideas came rapidly. Friends were starting companies. Investments were doubling in months. He decided to expand carefully, adding only what he could manage. By the end of that cycle, his wealth had grown steadily. But his neighbor, flew caught in the same current, rushed into speculation. He borrowed heavily. He chased every trend. And when momentum shifted, he struggled for years to recover. The energy was the same. The outcome was not. This is the nature of peak firehorse energy. It amplifies who you already are. If you are disciplined, your discipline becomes powerful. If you are impulsive, your impulsiveness becomes costly. When fire burns brightly, it reveals both strength and weakness. The fire element represents visibility, expansion, speed, and emotional intensity. The horse symbolizes independence, courage, and movement. When these forces combine at full strength, financial cycles accelerate. Opportunities appear quickly. Markets may rise sharply. Public recognition becomes easier for some. But volatility increases as well. Emotions influence decisions. Confidence can turn into overconfidence. The purpose of understanding this peak is not to create fear. It is to create awareness. When you know that a river will run swiftly, you prepare your boat accordingly. You do not panic. You adjust. In 2026, certain Chinese zodiac signs will feel naturally aligned with this fiery momentum. They may experience growth, expansion, and opportunity more smoothly. Others may need to stabilize and protect. But everyone can benefit from understanding the rhythm. Tonight, we will gently explore which zodiac signs stand to benefit the most when firehorse energy reaches its peak. And we will also speak about how to harness that power wisely, because power without wisdom rarely brings peace. When the firehorse runs at full speed, you have two choices: be dragged by it or ride it with clarity. Let us first understand what it truly means when this powerful energy reaches its highest point. When we say that firehorse energy peaks in 2026, we are speaking about amplification. In Chinese metaphysics, each year carries an elemental signature. But some years feel stronger than others. In 2026, the fire element is not subtle. It is bright, expressive, and dominant. Fire brings illumination. It shines light on hidden talent, overlooked opportunities, and sometimes hidden weaknesses. When fire is strong, things become visible very quickly. Peak energy means acceleration. Projects that have been moving slowly may suddenly gain momentum. Conversations that lingered quietly may become urgent. Financial markets may experience rapid movement, both upward and downward. Fire intensifies emotion. Enthusiasm grows quickly. So does fear. This is why peak years require calm minds. The horse adds movement to this intensity. The horse does not stand still. It runs forward with independence and courage. In economic terms, this can mean entrepreneurial spirit increases. People may feel inspired to leave secure positions and pursue new ventures. Innovation becomes attractive. Risk feels exciting. But excitement without reflection can lead to instability. Now consider how the five elements interact. Wood feeds fire. Earth is produced by fire. Metal is melted by fire. Water controls fire, but too much fire can evaporate water. Each zodiac sign carries one of these elemental tendencies. When the yearly fire is strong, signs that feed or harmonize with fire feel energized. Signs that are weakened or overwhelmed by fire must proceed carefully. It is important to remember that peak energy does not mean guaranteed success. It means stronger influence. Just as a magnifying glass intensifies sunlight, peak fire horse energy intensifies personal traits. Discipline becomes powerful strategy. Impulsiveness becomes amplified risk. For those in middle age or retirement, this understanding is crucial. Fast-moving years can tempt even cautious individuals to act quickly. News headlines may feel louder. Stories of rapid gains may circulate widely. But peak energy demands balance. Slow thinking in a fast year becomes a form of wisdom. Energy creates opportunity and instability at the same time. When you recognize that 2026 carries both, you can prepare accordingly. Some zodiac signs will find themselves naturally aligned with this brightness and motion. They will feel momentum supporting them. Others will need grounding. Now let us turn to the signs that stand to benefit most from this powerful surge. When firehorse energy rises to its peak, certain zodiac signs feel the wind at their backs. Their elemental nature harmonizes with the year's intensity, allowing momentum to support rather than overwhelm them. Among the strongest beneficiaries is the tiger. The tiger carries wood energy, and in the elemental cycle, wood feeds fire. When fire becomes powerful, it draws strength from wood, and the tiger often feels energized. Leadership opportunities may appear. Visibility increases. Projects that once moved slowly may gain sudden attention. I once worked with a tiger-born entrepreneur who had been quietly refining her craft. During a strong fire cycle, her reputation expanded almost effortlessly. But she remained disciplined. That discipline transformed visibility into sustainable income. The tiger's lesson in 2026 is simple. Expand strategically, not emotionally. The dog also benefits significantly. The horse and dog share a natural harmony within the zodiac, forming a supportive alliance. For dog-born individuals, financial growth may appear through steady asset appreciation rather than dramatic spikes. Retirement accounts, real estate, and long-term investments may strengthen gradually. The dog's loyalty and consistency create stability during volatile periods. When others rush toward speculation, the dog's patience becomes its advantage. Maintaining discipline will allow steady prosperity to unfold. The goat experiences creative activation under peak firehorse energy. Fire illuminates hidden talents, and the goat often carries quiet gifts that may now become visible. Consulting, coaching, artistic ventures, and healing professions may find greater demand. Emotional intelligence becomes valuable currency. Yet the goat must overcome hesitation. Self-doubt can limit expansion. When confidence replaces fear, opportunities flow more naturally. And then there is the horse itself. When your zodiac year aligns with peak energy, intensity multiplies. For horse-born individuals, 2026 can bring remarkable breakthroughs. Career momentum may accelerate. New ventures may arise. Public recognition may increase. However, volatility rises as well. Overextension becomes the risk. The horse must balance ambition with structure. Careful planning and financial discipline transform opportunity into lasting success. These four signs, tiger, dog, goat, and horse, stand to benefit most when firehorse energy peaks. Yet even for them, awareness remains essential. Peak energy magnifies both strength and weakness. Now let us examine the signs that may experience growth, but only under certain conditions. Not every zodiac sign will feel perfectly synchronized with the peak of firehorse energy, yet several may still experience growth if they move carefully and strategically. For these signs, opportunity exists, but it requires balance and restraint. The ox represents steady earth energy. Fire produces earth in the elemental cycle, which means that over time, the intense fire of 2026 can strengthen the ox. However, this strengthening is gradual. The ox does not thrive in rapid change. Financially, this year is best used for foundation building. Paying down debt, organizing assets, and reinforcing savings will create long-term security. I once advised an ox-born client during a high-energy year who chose to consolidate rather than expand. When volatility struck others, he remained stable. The ox benefits most when patience guides every decision. The monkey, intelligent and adaptable, may find innovation opportunities during peak fire energy. Technology, communication, and emerging ventures may appear attractive. Fire stimulates creativity. However, the monkey's playful and curious nature may lean toward speculation. Excitement can cloud judgment. Success in 2026 depends on disciplined evaluation. When creativity is grounded by structure, moderate financial gains become possible. The rooster, aligned with metal, experiences refinement under strong fire influence. Fire melts metal, but melting reshapes rather than destroys. Career shifts, new responsibilities, or public recognition may open income channels. Yet resistance to change could create stress. Adaptability becomes essential. When the rooster embraces refinement rather than fighting it, financial progress follows. The dragon carries bold ambition. Peak firehorse energy may inspire large expansion plans and visionary thinking. Yet ambition without careful analysis becomes risk. Partnerships and contracts require thorough review. The dragon's courage must be balanced by patience. When restraint accompanies confidence, growth is steady rather than unstable. For these signs, growth is conditional. The firehorse year offers possibility, but wisdom determines outcome. Now we must turn gently to the signs that must exercise extra caution during this powerful peak. When firehorse energy reaches its peak, there are also signs that must move with greater caution. This does not mean misfortune is guaranteed. It means that strong currents require stronger awareness. The rat stands directly opposite the horse in the zodiac cycle, creating what is known as a clash. During a peak year, clashes become more noticeable. For rat-born individuals, financial instability may arise through unexpected expenses or sudden disruptions. It could be repairs, medical costs, or changes in employment conditions. The purpose of a clash is not punishment. It reveals weak foundations so they can be strengthened. Building a solid emergency fund and avoiding speculative risk will provide stability. The pig carries water energy, and when fire dominates, water can weaken if not protected. Emotional spending becomes a concern. The pig's generous nature may lead to lending money impulsively or supporting others beyond comfortable limits. In a peak fire year, boundaries protect peace. Preservation of resources becomes a wise priority. The snake, already carrying fire within its nature, may experience overload. Too much intensity can lead to impatience or overconfidence. Financial decisions made under pressure may lack clarity. Rest, reflection, and delayed action protect stability. The snake's intelligence shines brightest when emotions are calm. For these signs, peak energy is a reminder to stabilize rather than accelerate. Careful years are restructuring years. Now let us explore how anyone, regardless of zodiac sign, can harness this powerful fire horse energy safely. No matter which zodiac sign you were born under, peak fire horse energy can be harnessed wisely. The key is balance. When fire burns brightly, it must be guided rather than feared. In Feng Shui, the south sector of the home resonates strongly with fire. During 2026, this area may feel particularly active. Keep it clean and well lit, but avoid overwhelming it with excessive red decorations. Too much fire can stimulate impulsiveness. Instead, balance warmth with grounding earth tones such as beige, soft gold, or muted brown. Grounding is essential during peak years. Earth stabilizes fire. Decluttering financial documents, organizing investments, and reviewing long-term plans brings psychological calm. When your environment feels orderly, decisions become clearer. Avoid emotional investing. Fire amplifies excitement and fear. Before making significant financial moves, pause. Write down reasons. Consult trusted advisors. Slow decisions in a fast year often prevent regret. Protect retirement funds carefully. Do not chase trends simply because others appear to prosper. Peak energy tempts comparison. But true wealth is not built on urgency. It is built on discipline. Diversification remains a powerful shield against volatility. Emotional balance also matters. Fire energy can affect stress levels and heart health. Gentle exercise, gratitude practices, and sufficient rest maintain clarity. A calm mind sees opportunity without exaggeration and risk without panic. Harnessing peak fire horse energy safely means using its light without being consumed by its heat. When awareness guides action, even the strongest year can become a year of steady progress. Now, as we close, let us remember that power itself is neutral. It is our response that determines outcome. As we bring this journey to a close, remember that peak energy is neither friend nor enemy. It is simply power. The Fire Horse year of 2026 carries strong momentum, bright visibility, and accelerated movement. But power without wisdom creates instability, while power guided by awareness creates growth. I once observed two individuals during a previous high-energy cycle. One felt the excitement immediately. Opportunities seemed endless. He expanded aggressively, convinced that speed equaled success. For a time, his wealth grew quickly, but stress followed. Decisions made too quickly created complications. When the cycle slowed, he spent years restoring balance. The other individual moved differently. She recognized the strength of the year, but did not rush. She expanded carefully, protected her reserves, and evaluated every commitment. Her growth was steady rather than dramatic, but when the energy cooled, she stood firmly grounded. Peak Fire Horse energy does not demand that everyone run. It asks for awareness. Some zodiac signs will naturally feel lifted. Others will need grounding. But every sign benefits from discipline. The climate may intensify, but your response remains your choice. The zodiac gives us timing. It shows us the weather of the year. But human luck, your decisions, your restraint, your patience, shapes the harvest. If your sign aligns strongly with Fire Horse energy, step forward with structure and humility. If your sign requires caution, protect your foundation without fear. Stability is success. As 2026 approaches, may you walk into it calmly. May you observe the rising momentum without being carried away by it. May you use the light of fire to illuminate opportunity, not ignite unnecessary risk. And may you ride the fire horse not with haste, but with clarity and steady confidence.